You care about them. You have defended them to people who warned you. You have made excuses for the things they said, for the way they made you feel, for the version of yourself you became around them. Smaller, quieter, always apologizing for things you didn't do. And yet, every time you leave their presence, you feel exhausted in a way you cannot explain. Not tired, depleted, like something was taken from you, but you can never quite put your finger on what. Let me ask you something. Have you ever left a conversation feeling worse about yourself than before it started? Have you ever felt guilty but had no idea what you actually did wrong? Have you ever found yourself walking on eggshells around someone who claims to love you? If you answered yes to any of those, stay with me, because what I am about to show you might finally give a name to what you have been feeling. Toxic relationships are one of the most misunderstood phenomena in psychology. We use the word casually: toxic friend, toxic partner, toxic boss. But most people do not truly understand what toxicity looks like up close, because the most dangerous toxic people do not announce themselves. They do not come with warning signs. They come with charm, with warmth, with a version of love that feels real, until suddenly it doesn't. Sign number 1. They make you feel responsible for their emotional state. Every time they are upset, somehow it is your fault. Every time things go wrong, you are the reason. You find yourself constantly managing their mood, tiptoeing around their reactions, choosing your words so carefully that conversations stop feeling like conversations and start feeling like negotiations. Psychologists call this emotional coercion. It is a pattern where one person's emotions become the emotional responsibility of everyone around them. If they are angry, you must fix it. If they are sad, you caused it. If they are disappointed, you failed them. Over time, you stop expressing your own needs entirely, because you have learned that their needs will always take up every room you are both in. And here is what makes it so insidious. It does not happen all at once. It is so gradual that by the time you notice, you have been managing their emotions for so long that you have forgotten what it feels like to simply exist without monitoring someone else's mood. You have forgotten what it feels like to just be yourself without consequence. Sign number 2. They rewrite reality. You remember what happened. You were there, you heard it, you felt it. But when you bring it up, they look at you with that calm, unsettling certainty and tell you that is not what happened, that you are imagining things, that you are too sensitive, that you always do this. This is gaslighting, and it is one of the most psychologically devastating tools in a toxic person's arsenal. It is not simply lying, it is a calculated, consistent campaign to make you distrust your own perception, your own memory, your own sanity. And it works because we are wired to trust the people we love. When someone we care about tells us we are wrong, our brain searches desperately for the possibility that they might be right. Over time, you stop trusting yourself. You start fact-checking your own memories. You apologize for things you know you did not do, just to end the argument, just to restore peace. And that is exactly what they count on. Because a person who no longer trusts themselves will always turn to the person who gaslighted them to tell them what is real. You become dependent on your own abuser to define your reality. That is not confusion. That is control. Sign number 3. You consistently feel worse about yourself around them. Not in the dramatic way you might expect, not through insults or obvious cruelty, but through the slow, quiet accumulation of 1,000 tiny moments where you were made to feel less intelligent, less capable, less worthy, less than. It happens through backhanded compliments, through jokes that are not quite jokes, through comparisons to other people, through dismissing your achievements and magnifying your mistakes, through the look they give you when you speak in a room full of people, the one that makes you immediately regret having said anything at all. Psychologists call this covert put-downs. They are designed to be deniable, to leave no evidence, so that when you try to explain why you feel hurt, you sound paranoid, you sound ungrateful, you sound like the problem, and they get to remain the reasonable one, while quietly dismantling your confidence, one invisible cut at a time. The most telling sign is not the hurt itself, it is the confusion that comes with it. Healthy relationships do not leave you wondering whether you have the right to feel what you feel. They do not leave you needing to justify your pain to the person who caused it. If you consistently leave someone's presence feeling smaller than when you arrived, that is not love. That is erosion. And here is the question that will haunt you. The one that other people will ask. The one you will ask yourself in the dark. Why didn't you just leave? Why did you stay? If it was so bad, why couldn't you see it? Because toxic relationships are not consistently bad. If they were, you would have left immediately. What makes them so devastatingly effective is the cycle. Moments of genuine warmth, of laughter, of connection, of feeling truly seen, followed by coldness, by confusion, by pain. Your brain becomes addicted to the cycle, to the relief that comes when the warmth returns. Clinical psychologists call this intermittent reinforcement, and it creates one of the most powerful emotional bonds the human brain is capable of forming. You did not stay because you were weak. You stayed because your nervous system was chemically bonded to the cycle. You stayed because leaving a trauma bond is not like leaving a bad situation. It is like withdrawing from a substance your body has come to depend on for relief. The shame you feel for staying, let it go. It was never evidence of your weakness. It was evidence of how deeply the human brain can be manipulated by the people it chooses to love.
So what do you do with this? You start by trusting what you feel. Not what they tell you to feel, not what you can prove, what you feel. Because your nervous system has been tracking this long before your conscious mind caught up. That exhaustion after every interaction, that is data. That confusion about what you did wrong, that is data. That version of yourself that got smaller and smaller, that is the most important data of all.
You do not have to have proof. You do not have to win the argument. You do not have to make them understand what they did. Toxic people rarely do. What you have to do is decide that your peace is worth more than their approval. That your reality does not require their validation to be real. That the person you were before them is still inside you, waiting. Recognizing a toxic person is not about blame. It is not about becoming bitter or suspicious of everyone. It is about learning to read the signals your own body has been sending you all along. The exhaustion, the confusion, the quiet shrinking. Those were never signs that something was wrong with you. They were signs that something was wrong with what was being done to you. And now you know the difference. That changes everything. If you recognized yourself, or someone you know in this video, I want you to know you are not alone, and you are not crazy. Let's talk about it in the comments. Your experience might be the exact thing someone else needs to hear today. If this helped, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.